Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashum, Yahusha, Ba'ashum, Rakach, Wadash, the Monster of the Apostles, the Monster of the Elders, a great millstone who rule well and taught men his truth. Much respect to you brothers out there who preach his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Tabernacle David, that's being risen up right before your very eyes, hopeful elect, and the speckled bird, one says shalom, shalom. As you see, title of this lesson, pretty much false prophets. And this has been the same story that's been happening time and time again. Time and time again. Men that are preaching false doctrine, or they go against the men of the Lord, time and time again, they receive judgment. Whether they be sent to the spiritual realm, why they get hurt real bad, or sent to jail, right? Or both. You know what I'm saying? This has been the same story time and time again, right? So these are cautionary tales. You preach a false doctrine, you took that bag, you got some hell coming unto you, man. And it's not going to be pretty to you. As you see right here, right? The prince of the power, he out of here. He checked out. You have Rap the News. He checked out, right? You have Polite, weird ass self, right? He's in jail. You got Grandmaster Jay. He's in jail. All right. You have Alazar. He got exposed for doing some things that a man shouldn't be doing, allegedly, right? And he's trying to distance himself away from the truth. And now you have these Genesis cats, right? Don't be surprised if something happens to them, right? Allegedly, they took the bag with them changing up the doctrines. They're just compromised Christians, man. You might as well go back to Christianity preaching that doctrine, man. So this is just a quick one, cautionary tale. Just another reminder. You preaching false doctrine. You're not preaching the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in truth and sincerity. You're doing your own thing. You took the bag, right? The truth does not align with you. You don't want to make your lessons, right? You don't want to go out in season, out of season. You don't want to do your lessons weekly, right? The Lord got your number, man. So keep on playing around with the Lord and see what's going to happen to you, man. So this is Psalms 37, verse 28, right? For the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. You see, the Lord loveth judgment. If you his saints, no matter what predicament that you're going to be put in, because we understand that everything that we go through, especially the times that we're coming into, is a test, right? That you're not going to be forsaken, right? They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. So the Lord loveth judgment. And to execute judgment unto these wicked ass niggas, judgment is going to be given, man. The Lord going to love it, right? Hey, stay on your P's and Q's. Keep your nose clean, as they say in the world, right? Keep on preaching the doctrine. You're going to be preserved. But as the cats that I just ran down, right? These are just a few, right? They're either in the spiritual realm, or they locked up, or they got some type of judgment, right? Stay on your P's and Q's so you won't be cut off, right? Matter of fact, verse 29, the righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. That's what we want, man. What's the point of getting the bag, man? The bag right now. Esau Edom gives you the bag to go change up the doctrine. That's wickedness, man. That's wickedness. You have your consolation, right? The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. You see? The men of the Lord is going to give you that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. They're going to let you know what's going on. They're going to give you the true doctrine, man. Right? They're going to tell you, hey, if you're going off, you're going to receive this judgment. Right? Verse 31, the law of his power is in his heart, and none of his steps shall slide. You see, if the Lord is with you, you're not going to slide. If the Lord's with you, you preaching the true doctrine, you walking that walk, right, as you should, as a man of the Lord should, right, you're not going to slide. These men, they slid, right? You had Grandmaster Jay, which got arrested here in Louisville, Kentucky. What happened, man? We believe he took that bag, man. He trying to align himself, if I'm not mistaken, with Islam and with this movement, right? With the truth, I should say, right? Trying to align himself with the truth and Islam, bringing confusion and trying to tell the people to rise up and pretty much in a roundabout way fight Esau, Edom right now. That boy got judged, His own handlers took him to jail, man, right? Polite, try to say, you know what they try to say. Apostles and elders, they do this or into that, and he ended up going to jail for that very thing that he false accused the apostles and elders and brothers on down about, right? Once again, Al-Azhar got exposed allegedly for doing things that a man shouldn't do, trying to distance themselves from this truth, and Rap the News and Prince of the Power, they up in the spiritual realm, right? Who else? You got, what's his name? Tazadakia, right? He up in the spiritual realm too. I believe that happened around, what did he say? He was the God sent comforter. He got sent to the spiritual realm around the plague, 2020 or so, if I'm not mistaken, right? These are just a short name of folks that's out of here, right? That's out of here. You had Kevin Samuels, right? Now, a lot of what he said, about man getting himself in order, yeah, that's good. But if I remember correctly, he's telling men that they need to get married. This is not the side to do that, man. Right? Lord end up sending that nigga to the spiritual realm. Let's see. This is 2 Chronicles 36. And let's see where I want to start at. I'm going to start at verse 14. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgress very much after all the abominations of the heathens. See, it's nothing new. Jake time and time again had to be judged time and time again for following after the ways of the heathens, man. So it's nothing new. False prophets, it's nothing new, man. Right? And polluted the house of the Lord, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem. You see, we were supposed to be separate, man. But these niggas want to follow after the ways of the heathen, serve the gods of wood and stone. Matter of fact, it'll get into it. And the Lord Yahweh power of their fathers sent them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sinning, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. Check this, but they mocked the messengers of power. It's nothing new. Got Jake. Now with the power of AI, they making their AI videos mocking the messengers of Yahweh Shemiel Shah, mocking this truth. Got the niggas that were either sent up to the spiritual realm or got judged. They mocked the men of the Lord, right? So it's nothing new under the sun, right? Let's see. But they mocked the messages of power and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord rose against his people till there was no remedy. This is why we warning you, man. Jake don't want to listen. Because the wrath of the Lord is going to come. And these niggas is going to be wishing that they took heed, right? Therefore he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, who slew their young man with the sword in the houses of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon the young man, or the maiden, or old man, or him that stooped for age. He gave them all into his hands. You see? These are the times that we coming into, Jake. So keep on playing around with the Lord. It don't matter what position you in, how old you are, how young you are, man, woman, or children. If the Lord want to get you, the Lord going to get you, man. So it's very imperative that you take heed and listen to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And if you want to listen to these false prophets, you're going to be out of here with them, man. Right? Let's see where else was at. And all the vessels of the house of power, great and small, and the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king and his princes, all these he brought to Babylon. And they burnt the house of power, and brake down the walls of Jerusalem, and burnt the palaces thereof with fire, and destroyed all godly vessels thereof. And them that had escaped from the sword carried it away to Babylon, where they were servants to him and his sons, until the reign of the king of Persia, right? Once again, this is a cautionary tale, Jake. Want to keep on listening to these false prophets? You have death, hell, and destruction coming into you, man. Right? It's not going to be pretty, man. Get this right here. I love getting this right here. Ephesians 4:11. Y'all know where I'm going. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers. Why? For the perfecting of the saints, for the ministry, for the edifying of the body of a Mashiach. You see? That's what the Lord sent us for building up this body. Right? And we're going to mark those who cause division. Right? We're going to tell you, hey, don't listen to those dudes. Be prepared to see their judgment. And time again, time again, we've seen it over and over. They sent into the spiritual realm, or they get judged, or they bugged out, or they try to distance themselves from the truth, man. So, hey, Jake, you better listen. We're going to end up like them niggas, man. Or worse, especially the times they be coming into. All right, so Yahweh desires to edifying lesson. Shalom, shalom, shalom.